Ping pow, boy, in this skateboard beat. Ooh. What's up, y'all? I wait on, you got some questions, you know what I'm saying? You got some questions about the course? Let me know. Here for you guys. I know we have, like I said, if there's one person that's on here that has a question, that's how my old folks say it. If one person on here that got a question, go ahead and ask, guys. What questions you got about the course that you been taking, and what course module are you on? Like I said, that's the benefit of being in this support group. It's like, when you take the course, you may have some questions, and I want to answer them for you. So, guys, type your questions below. I'll be waiting for you guys. I got my high saturated fat bulletproof coffee here. Getting my fat in. Like, guys, I've lost so much weight. Doing this, and it's become such a lifestyle for me. But the energy level that I have, and I can go on and on about it. But what course module are you guys on? Come up with your questions. You can take your time. I got 30 minutes allocated just for this. So I'll stay on here even if y'all don't ask nothing. What you guys got? I guess if you're enjoying it. Well, maybe it's just that good explained. Is the course that good where it's explained well enough where you ain't got no questions? Oh, man. Hey, you know what, though? On the course, if you watch the first day, I was, doing the nutritional thing, but if you watch the first day course and then you look at, like, now, you can almost see, I've seen, you may be like, man, he didn't, but I've seen, like, the transformation in my face from day one. And I did that purposely. I knew I was going to do, the transformation, but I did it purposely so that people can see the power of, changing your diet, changing your habits, proper exercise, putting the right foods in your body and all that good stuff. So, guys, let me know what questions you got. Like I said, I'll be here for 30 minutes. I got allocated to you guys, and I'm going to get on and do some more computer work. But if you guys got... Hey, Bryan is on. Bryan said... Hey, a lot of y'all don't know this because you never met me in person, but me and Maria flew up to Denver to hang out with B for a day, for a night, for an evening. And I see the courses coming through. And so Bryan was like, man, I don't know why, but for some reason, I thought you were going to be like 6'3", 6'4". He was like, who is this little dude? So, guys, I'm like 5'10", 5'11" on a good day. And so, but I was telling him that one of my closing attorneys, she told me one day, she sees me every day. And she said, and I was standing over her while she was working on the computer, and he said, Bryan, name was Courtney. She said, Bryan, she said, I don't know why, but I thought you were like 6'3", 6'4". I mean, she stands, higher than me. She's like 6 feet tall. She stands higher than me and everything, but she said she thought I was like 6'3", 6'4", even though she's seen me for years, right? So I don't know why that is. Maybe I have a giant spirit. All right, I need help reverse engineering my goal of 15 grand a month. Have you made it to that module yet, Stay? Hey, Stay, what's your name? Is your name Stay? Is your name Stay Ready? I'm going to call you Mr. John, so you want me to call you Stay. But, Bryan said run. All right, so reverse engineering, but I'll talk about it, though, even if you haven't made it to that module yet. But there's a module that goes over marketing. It talks about, determining, your budget. I forget the title of it, but it tells you how to set that goal. And I'll keep asking you questions, and I'll scroll down and answer them. But it tells you how to set that goal. So what you do is, I put a spreadsheet in there, and you can download the spreadsheet. And when you download the spreadsheet, what you got to do is determine, what it is you want. So you've done that with the course. You're at 15 grand a month that you want to make. So what it does is it tells you the daily activity that you have to have, the amount of prospects. I want you to understand the difference. So I talk about prospects and I talk about leads. Prospects are, you just shooting out, hey, prospecting is door knocking. Prospecting is sending a text offer to Zillow leads. Prospecting is asking, sending a Facebook message to several people, hey, you got a house for sale. That's prospecting. When I say I prospect 250 leads a day, I prospect by asking people for their business or to send me some business, or, hey, what you got for me today? I prospect a list of like 300 plus wholesalers a day, and ask them, hey, what you got for me? Send me your deals. Everybody gets a text blast from me. What you got for me? And so when I do that, that counts towards my prospecting list. I know for me to make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month, I have to have a prospecting day of 250 leads. Now that's counting off of my efforts. Okay, so now a prospect turns into a lead by responding to your messages. So if a prospect says, F off or whatever, that's not a prospect. That's a dead lead. Remember, we market to people until they buy, die, or tell us to stop. And so when they come back and say, well, you know what? I want to sell my house. What are you offering? And they respond, with some sense to get put into the category of a lead. Now, once you determine how many leads you need, the prospecting is going to shift over into a lead. A lead becomes a lead when you now not just tell them an offer via text, but you tell them an offer via an actual physical contract that you send via email for them to sign. So you make a person, that's the only way I count a lead as a lead. And so now I know that if I have 10 or 15 leads per day that I'm sending contracts to, or 20 leads that I'm sending contracts to, I don't care if they don't accept my offer verbally. I get their information up front, their name, number, and email. And I talk more about this in the course, so in the module, so you'll see this again with more clarity. But if they don't accept my offer, I have their information and I still send them. Now, here's the benefit of that. Every month or every couple weeks or so, DocuSign or Write Signature, it sends a reminder to that particular lead. Hey, look, you didn't sign this contract. So you never know what happens to a person's circumstances that makes them change their mind about telling you no about their offer. We get so many deals sometimes, even through our team funnel, that people call back and now they want to sell. Now their offer is, they're okay with accepting a lower offer. So don't get in the mindset of, man, I don't know if they're going to take this offer. Lose that mindset. I remember my very first and only job when I was 21, I sold cars for Toyota Covenant Pike. I was a beast though. But here's the thing. What I learned a lot from that. I quit that job like 6 months and just started my own business. But anyway, man, long story short, what I learned was they said that the old guys on the lot, they wasn't as hungry as the new guys. The new guys always usually made the most money because they talked to everybody. Meaning like they didn't judge or look at a person and say, man, you know what, they ain't going to take this offer. I ain't going to even send them an offer. Or this person may not do that, or this person may not do this. The new guy just went after everybody. The old guy sits back and he starts to make analysis and judging. So what I'm telling you is when you're doing this and you're reverse engineering and you're doing everything that you need to do and you're prospecting, don't think about the offer. Think about the activity. Think about the activity that you must have to generate the results that you want. So I posted a post in here just a few minutes ago. The activity is what you have to focus on. Your activity is a direct, your result, your income, your profits as an entrepreneur is a direct proportion result to your activity. So when I'm grinding, I'm not thinking about, damn, I didn't make no money today. No, that thought shouldn't even go through your head. You like, man, yes, I hit my activity goal. So focus on an activity goal, not an income goal. Visualize yourself at that moment, but focus on your daily activity, on an activity goal. And as long as you're hitting your activity goal, when I look at your sheet, if you share your Google sheet with me and I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, he got that prospecting activity. I know in just a matter of time before you get the success that you want, if I can see that your prospecting activity is there. Okay. Now I want to tell you this real quick story. I said in a module, I believe, but there's a thing that talks about slinging mud. And I think this is a good analogy. One of my mentors from years ago told me this. He says, if you're in a contest, in $1 million contest, and the object of the game is to sling mud on the wall, and everybody in the contest, there's hundreds of people, have piles of mud in front of them. And all you have to do is the person who gets the most mud on the wall wins the contest. That's all it is. The person who slings the most mud on the wall wins the contest. That gets the most mud slung. So now the contest starts, go, and you're slinging mud. You got a person that's looking at the mud, just grabbing the pile in front of them, picking up a clunk of mud, looking at it, like, man, this mud ain't gonna stick that good. I'm gonna put this one back. And, man, they pick up, you know what? this one might stick, but it's gonna probably slide down. I'm gonna put this one back. I mean, then you got a person over there like Gabe, or you got a person over there like Rashad, or Christopher, or Stay Ready, or whoever it is. You got a person like you guys that's just slinging mud. Darius Williams slinging mud, just throwing, just picking up the piles, just throwing it, and ain't even thinking about it, right? You got that person, and who you think is gonna win the $1 million? The person who's sitting there analyzing every piece of mud that he gets, or the person who's just slinging mud? The object of the game, guys, is whoever slings the most mud on the wall on a daily basis wins the $1 million pie in this business. It's not about the person who has the best mechanics. It's not about the person who does the techniques the perfect way. It's the person who's willing to just sling enough mud. So I'll go to the next question, guys. Runt. Brian, call me a runt. Your wife don't think so. No, right? Me and Brian joke about stuff like that. Do you have an app or tool that you use to track your door hanger placements? Keep track of the neighborhoods you guys hit. Yeah, I'll send you the link to that too. It's an amazing tool that we use, but it just kind of, I didn't really kind of focus in on that. I mostly use it for placing the signs, but it's good if you're paying somebody to do that. But the door hanging technique is actually something I'll outsource. But actually, man, on days I don't have anything to do, it's something I do. Here's the thing, guys. We've put a great business model in place to where it's pretty much at the point to where we don't have to have our daily involvement in it, but I have to have something to do. So some days, and I love real estate. Like, I love this stuff. So it gives me something to do. So certain things I haven't outsourced, certain things I haven't automated simply because I really do love doing this. But I'll share that in one of the modules as well too, and put the link in here as well so you guys can get that. Birth name. Your birth name, Stay Ready? Oh, wow. That's beast mode. Man, your birth name is Stay Ready, dog. That is amazing. Okay. Thanks for breaking down prospect and lead. Makes a lot more sense. Okay, I figured it did. And when you was asking that earlier in the group, I was like, man, he must not heard the part about the difference between what I say about the prospect and the lead. Okay, Gabe. Yep, there you go. Boom, bandit signs. Thanks for Bryan Sanders. Okay, watching. What up, Donna? Donna in Beast Mode. Are you in Canada, Donna? Okay, hi group. Sorry I missed the beginning in Canada. All right, so anybody got any more questions for me about the course or the modules or anything that you're going through or experiencing that I think this is the benefit of this group, guys. As you're going through this information and you're applying it, what are you going through? What are you getting? Because as the information grows and you apply it, things change. You run into things. I don't believe in preparing for a problem. I believe in, going and having the motion, and as the problem presents itself, then we attack it. Because then you're forced to come up with a solution for whatever you're facing. And many of the greats do that. And so I kind of learned that model from a lot of the greats. They don't prepare for problems. They take action, and as the problem presents itself, they burst through it, go under it, go around it, do whatever they need to do to get past it. And your mind goes into solution-oriented overload when you're in the midst of the storm. So, what questions, guys? Any more? Like I said, I've allocated 30 minutes for this for you guys. Even if you don't have any questions, I'll stay on. And if you think of something that you want me to talk about more, go ahead and say it, and I'll be here for you. Any other questions? We got reverse engineering. Thanks for breaking down prospecting. Edwin. Diamond. Okay. Any other questions? I'm trying to think of something that I can... I guess it would help if you guys, what module are you on? Which one was the last one that you watched? Anybody got that? You done the door hangers on the oxes in Kansas? Did you get any responses? By the way, congrats on the big deal you're working on. That's huge. Yeah, so let's talk about that big deal. So everybody knows that I invest for cash flow. One of my biggest reasons for wholesaling was not only just to make money, but to make money so that I could have that money so that I could buy more cash flow. And so this is what I was telling you guys about the Dodd-Frank Act, the Dodd-Frank regulations lift. The Dodd-Frank regulations lift, what it does is it allows more retail buyers to enter into the market and get funding to buy, houses per se, or lending or mortgages to buy more houses. So this means that the everyday person now, even if they're not a savvy investor like you guys who gets in on the game early when it's not the thing to do, when it's not the thing to buy, savvy investors like you get in before everybody else does. And what happens is when the taxi driver starts giving you advice about buying real estate, that's when you know it's time and you're in position to sell. So what happens is a lot of the hedge funds and companies, they come in to gobble up markets so that they can prepare for the shift, for, more growth. So they come in, they're buying at a higher price than most. So what you saw in that $2 million deal is a fund group that comes in. They want to buy more properties to get prepared for the shift. So they're going to start coming in and gobbling up. And when I talk about being prepared, that's about being prepared by, it's still enough time, but buying hundreds of properties at low prices, making them turnkey if you can, but getting a portfolio like me. I don't keep, tons of money. I buy a house. I just got boom, 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 buy. And so by me doing that, I know that you're positioning yourself for the retail market as it returns. Don't know how long it's going to be around and all that good stuff, but you want to make sure that you're in position. And if you do have, any funds to dump it into houses, and you'll pretty much benefit in a great way. Some people, I posted this, some people, benefit. Some people, watch what happened, and some people will be wondering what the happened, right? So, awesome. The houses are all vacant. Okay. So if the houses are vacant, if you are doing the door knocking and the houses are vacant, I don't necessarily hang the signs, but I do skip trace that lead. So keep that in mind. As you're door knocking, you don't necessarily, here's the thing, it's prospecting. So I don't want you to analyze this too much. If you're door knocking, sweep the whole neighborhood. But keep in mind that a vacant house, also write down that address and skip trace that lead. That's a good lead for you to go back to. And it's almost similar to the driving for dollars technique, okay? What was your personal schedule like when you didn't have a team? Beast mode. Okay, so that's a good question, Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I wonder, is that what they was thinking, though, when they named you? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Man, that right there. Dude, you ever start a course, Stay Ready? Your course title and all your marketing will be off the chain. Stay ready. Like anything you want to do, stay ready, So, let's see here. So, what was your personal schedule like when you didn't have a team? Okay. So my personal schedule when I didn't have a team. Let me go to the head. Let me think. All right, so I'm trying to think to the first day. Okay, personal schedule. All right, so I wake up. I ain't gonna talk about my morning ritual of the food, but I drink the water and I do my affirmations to get a clear mind and all the good stuff. And then the first thing, you'll hear me talk about this all throughout the course, 98% of what you do is marketing. 98% of what you do is marketing. You are not a real estate person. You are a marketer. The more you perfect marketing, the better and more profitable your business will be. Put all your chips in the marketing, meaning all of your energy chips in the marketing. Somebody says, man, I'm not making enough sales. I'm not getting the results that I want. Market more. I'm not having the responses that I want. Market more. Marketing is the answer to all things when it comes to receiving money. So money answers all things. Marketing is the thing that gets you the money. So the more marketing that you do, the more money that you will make. So I heard this from Grant Cardone a while back. He said, stuff your pipeline. You do this through marketing. Stuff your pipeline until it pukes on you. Stuff your pipeline until it defecates on you. Stuff your pipeline until it just vomits all over you, right? And what that means is, as you go out, your daily activity should just be stuffing the pipeline. What happens, guys, is you build a database. I learned this a long time ago, and I've built every business that I've had from this same information I'm about to share with you now. If you stuff your pipeline, listen to me, with 10,000 leads or more, 10,000 prospects or more that you stuff in your pipeline. That's why it's important to build your capture pages. You don't do anything without a capture page. You drive all traffic to something that's going to capture that information for you and that's going to follow up automatically and drip on those leads day in, day out, and every week. What happens is, as you stuff that pipeline and you build it up to over 10,000 leads, 10,000 seller leads, 10,000 buyer leads on the other end. Plus, as you keep stacking on top of it, anything that you decide to release, any business that you decide to start, any product that you decide to sell, you will now be able to, that's what I'm telling you, I'm going to jump back. This information that I'm teaching can be used in anything, any business that you do. Now, anything that you sell or release to that list, that's your list, you can now make money from it. Meaning, what if 1% of that list buys a product from you, whatever price point? Let's just say your price point is where you make a $10,000 profit. If 1% of a 10,000 prospect list that you followed up with over time, what happens is in 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, a year or 2 years, it compounds. And as these people begin to hear from you on a repetitious basis, you become known to them. Every person that joins your list needs to be added to your social media. Oh, I don't want to put my business on social media. Why not? You are the business. Bryan S Harris is the business, man. I'm not a businessman. I am the business. You get what I'm saying? So as you start to market to these people, they start to hear from you in every aspect of their mind. Social media, emails, text blasts, phone call blasts, all of these different things. And they're hearing from you on a redundant basis. When you release a product with you're releasing good content or whatever it is, you can sell and at least 1% or 0.05% of 0.5% of that list should buy. And so what happens when they buy, then let's just say if your product is 10,000. You just made $1 million, just like that. It's just that simple. That's the concept. There's nothing that I can't sell because I know how to build a pipeline. So my daily activity is more on marketing. I do a relentless amount of posting, if you haven't noticed, on all social media aspects. Now I even hired someone, Kyle, which is a beast mode. He does it for me. But I do my own posting in addition to him. So what I'm saying is when I staff people, I don't just say, okay, now you go do it. I love what I do. I do what they do times 10 while they're doing it, okay? And so I market. I spend X amount of time on my phone. My phone is a weapon of mass production. A weapon of mass production. That's what my phone is. And so from my phone, I'm always posting. Boom, 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 boom. Or posting on Craigslist, posting on social media, posting everywhere to drive traffic to my capture page. Now you know that we're promoting a lot about the course, howtoflipcribs.com. You'll see me posting about that. And I'm hashtag howtoflipcribs, not howtoflipcribs.com. When a person clicks on that hashtag, it takes them to a plethora of information that's been hashtag howtoflipcribs, which is mostly my little, new hashtag that I've created. So that's another way to generate prospecting leads. Hashtag everything. Everything under your post should be driving traffic back to your seller capture page or to your buyer capture page. Everything that you do. And so you want to relentlessly do that. So my efforts, a lot of people say, man, you don't even, like my dad was looking at me, he's like, man, you don't do nothing. Well, actually, it's a lot of mental work because it's scientific in what I do. Now, as far as the physical work, going out, placing out signs and stuff like that, I didn't do as much of that until the weekends, but I did do it, especially when I needed some bigger results, some faster results. So I would do a lot of things in abundance to start off. But in the meantime, social media, man, is so phenomenal at what it does. It's just that I've noticed, and even from teaching this, a lot of people don't take advantage of it. A lot of people don't use social media the way that we've used it to bring in tons of deals. Here's the thing. You may not get, I used to start off, some likes I get, some posts I get 200-300 likes now. Some posts, I don't get any. But when I started out, me and Maria was laughing about this. And It was like, dude, I used to post like I do now and didn't get no likes. Like nobody knew me, nobody. But what happens, guys, is the more you start to post using the techniques that I teach you, the more, awareness you get. So just because you don't get the likes don't mean that you don't have the people looking at it. They are forced to see what you post in the news feed. And if you post at the right times, which we recommend in the morning, at lunch, and in the afternoon, and then late at night, you'll start to get the responses and the people and the awareness of the people that are interested in the product. And so a person may not like your post, but they'll go to your capture page. I talked about this the other day. They troll your page and don't like anything, but they appreciate what you put out. Millions of people do that. And even I do that. And so when they post information for me to go get more or you to go get more, I click the link and then I fill it out, and now I'm a lead. I'm in that number. I'm in that 10,000, and that's what you want to remember. So my personal schedule was pretty much marketing my butt off, meeting new people, I took Donna. Donna was a personal private one-on-one student. And I took her into the title company to kind of show her what I do. I prospect, and I find, I go to these places like the title company or people that I do business with, and it's about networking. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy. And I want to be the light that shines to these people when I come in the room. So I want everybody to light up when I walk in the room. And so when I walk in the room, I'm asked, hey, look, like the other day, I was like, hey, you got any leads for me today? The bankruptcy firm, you got any leads for me today? And they was like, yeah, I got one right here. So they may not be on the top of the mind to think about giving you the leads, but when you show up and you prospecting, that's what your whole purpose is. They're going to send you the leads that they have in mind. So, Donna Andrews also asked about vacant homes with neighbors. Vacant homes with neighbors. Explain what you mean there. Where do you find those positive inspirational pages? Hey, Donna, what you mean right there? Where do I find the positive inspirational pages? You talking about on the post? Now that is what Kyle does. But Google inspirational quotes. Google inspirational meme. I think that's how you say it. MEME. And you should and then when you Google it, click on where it says images. Don't click on the other stuff. Click on where it says images, and you'll see tons of them. I know that's one easy way. But Kyle does those memes. He does it. I'll tell you guys, that's when you know it's Kyle. When it's not a long typed out message with words. That's me. If it's a meme, it's Kyle. So that's how you guys know that that's automated. But like I said, I want to keep good, fresh content out there. What else, guys? And that's another thing for you guys too. It's like a jab, 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 hook, jab, 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 hook, and jab, 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 uppercut. All right. And so what that is, the technique of that is when you guys are marketing, make it about the content that you give as a person. What inspires you? Well, if it inspires you, it's going to probably inspire others around you. Post that. Be a giver. And there's a book that you guys should read. It's called The Go Giver. Be a giver, and be a giver of information. Information is even sometimes more valuable than money, a lot of times. So be a giver of information. And so what you see with my posts is I do my best to give out information, content that's valuable. I want to bring more value to the person's mind than what they're giving me back in money. And in turn, I know that the money, the reward of that will come back to me. So as you post, it's jab, 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 uppercut. And the jab, jab, jab is the content, uppercut, howtoflipcribs.com, such and such and such and such, or uppercut, or jab, 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 uppercut. The uppercut is 10khomes.com. Go buy you some houses today. Jab, 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 uppercut. Hey, look, guys, I'm looking to buy some more houses. Sellmeyourcrib.com. Go there and fill this out. Jab, 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 content, power of the mind, video posts, inspirational posts. Hey, guys, what's up? It's your boy B. Inspirational posts, jab, 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 uppercut. You feel me? So don't make it all about what you need from the marketplace. Bring the marketplace value. Bring the marketplace value in groups. I'm going to tell you who's doing a great job at that, and you probably noticed this too, Gabe. Gabe is doing an excellent job at that. He's bringing content. He's bringing Because he's inspiring me. I'm like, man, where's the uppercut at? Because I'm buying in. But he's inspiring me. He's posting content. He's posting stuff that uplifts the spirit of the person that sees this post. And that's what you want. You may not get 1 million likes, but I promise you, it's working. It's doing what and it's making you relevant in the marketplace. And the more relevant you are, and the more people that start to watch it or click on your posts and stuff, you become a relevant person in the news feed. So that means that when a person comes on to these social media pages, your information is going to be up there first now because you've become relevant, and you become relevant by posting content. So I want you to understand, this all goes in line with 98% of what you do is marketing. 98%. When you become the best marketer, you become the best entrepreneur at anything, okay? So, any other questions, guys? Say, am I too boring? Am I too boring? All right. I don't know what time it is. Y'all ever seen that movie? That skit by Eddie Murphy? Baby, what time is it, baby? Eddie Murphy was a genius, or is a genius. All right. Any more questions, guys? Stop it, Donna. How much? Hold on, Donna. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all this. Whenever you have a closing, can you please post, cover up the routing number, but can you please post a check in here? That does something for me. Like, y'all help me. Like, let me know that this stuff. Oh my God. Donna, if you don't post that check in here, or the wire, or whatever it is, or the testimonial, I want that picture though, because I use this stuff, guys. This is amazing. Donna, you made $9,000. Okay, all right. I got to tell y'all now. Now, I got to tell y'all this, and Donna, I'm finna put you on blast. She's in Canada. She wasn't even at the closing and got that cheese. So, I got to tell y'all this. When Donna came to Memphis, we had a 4-week one-on-one session. Okay. She'll post that testimonial in the post because everybody ain't watching this that's in the group. I want you to see that. I want them to see that in this group. I post it. But Donna was like, shy. You knew it was a beast inside of her though. But she was like shy and timid, I just want to be successful, I just hope it works, etc. And so I saw it in her though. I saw the desire and that passion. I was like, okay, it's just, in 4 weeks with her, it's game over, right? Man, so Donna, it's a lot of information, guys. The information that you're learning, just think about it. She learned it one-on-one. And so it's a lot of information. So it can be overwhelming to think that you're going to have to learn this stuff in 4 weeks before we push you out the nest. Man, by week 2, she got her first couple contracts. Like, week 2 or second day or something like that. But by week 3, I was like, okay, teach it back to me. I made her teach it back to me. By week 4, she taught the whole thing. She didn't know she could though. She taught the whole thing back to me. And it was just like, Donna, you got it. Like, you got it. Like, go do it. Like, she was like, you know what? I do get it. And you could see that lioness in her emerging. And from there, I think we've been away from each other for about 3 weeks or so. And got a 9K testimony. Hey, look, I love that. Like, let me know about that stuff, guys. So post that success and testimonies, even if it's small successes. Let's celebrate it together, guys. It's going to help you grow, help others grow. There's some people who are in this course even that are taking the course that are scared to make a move. Let them know where you are. I want to see your testimonials in here, guys. So it helps others. Everybody is not the initial person to go get it. So it lets them know that where you started from. And I want to tell you this because I was that person that when I was a part of those forums and groups, I would post, like, here's the thing. I would see people post their checks in these groups. And I'm like, oh my God, this dude just posted like a $20,000 check. Or this person just posted a $9,000 check. What in the world? Like, that is phenomenal. But here's the thing. The Science of Getting Rich talks about this. If one man can do it, that's proof that any other man can do it. And so what that did for me, and I was like, if they can do it, I know I can too. And I want you to be that inspiration for somebody else too. Even if it's a small success. I put out X amount of door hangers today and I got one call back. Or I put out X amount of door hangers today and didn't get no call backs, but I did some Zillow text offers and I got in, 5 text messages. Or I did some Craigslist posts and I got 8 new buyer leads. Dude, do you know how many people pay for courses that they're taught to go buy buyer leads? They're taught to go buy buyer leads. And you got people in this group who are over a few hundred buyer leads in a matter of 3, 4, 5 days from implementing the information that we teach. And they didn't spend a dime to get those buyer leads. You get what I'm saying? So post those small successes. Let's celebrate them together, and I promise you they'll lead to large successes. And yeah, Donna said it's still overwhelming, but she's still learning. And that's what you want. When it becomes where you got it under control, that means it's time for you to grow to the next level. There's a post that I did a while back. How do you grow to the next level? You got to become a 1 again on level 2. So TD Jakes talks about how he had to learn how to count. He couldn't count past 10. He couldn't get in his head that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then he get to 11. And he's like, okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. He said what he realized, he just couldn't grasp it. He said, but what he realized, in order to go to the next level, to 11, to go to 21, to go to 31, etc., he had to start back over at 1 again on the next level. So what I'm telling you is when you get to where it ain't overwhelming no more and you ain't learning no more and you're the expert, it's time to go to level 2. Be a 1 again on level 2 and get around people who are at a higher level, who are 10s on level 2, and then learn from them. So this process doesn't stop. So it's amazing that you're at 9K. I know what that means, though. That's amazing too. That's absolutely phenomenal. I almost want to come to tears. All right, so Bryan, if time allows, tell us about your first wholesale deal. My first wholesale deal. Oh, it was this lady. Okay, so I was nervous. Let me tell you about this. I was nervous. I do gotta go, but I like doing this stuff. I like doing it. All right, so my first wholesale deal, I was so nervous. Okay, so the way I did it was, here's the thing. Nobody was using, that I knew of, or had taught it, this Zillow technique or whatever, right? So I didn't, like I said, let me say this. I had money, but I didn't want to spend money on marketing or doing the other stuff that how people teach you. So I was like, man, you know what? When you visualize, remember, the thoughts and ideas are going to be presented to you. It was like, man, you know what? For sale by owner, there's people online that want to sell their houses. And so I was like, Zillow.com. I went to Zillow and I started, the zip codes that I knew I had buyer leads in. I had built on my buyer list enough to where I could start shopping in the areas where they wanted me to. And so as far as reverse engineering, remember to build your buyer list. Find the money first. Getting the sellers are the easy part, right, Donna? Get the money first. Get the buyers in place. And then, so I started marketing 38128, and it was this house on Springfield. I think it was Springfield or something like that. And here's the thing. I got a friend who's, who I was like, man, I wanted him to kind of learn it too as I was doing. So I was like, man, look, I want you to hear me on this first call, and let me know what you think. I'm telling you, it's easy. I didn't know if I was going to get rejected or not. So the lady responded. She was like, I'll offer you $13,000 for your house. And she was like, no. But no, she said, I've been offered it before. Are you going to close? So she was like, she's gotten mailers from wholesalers before, but none of them closed. So I wasn't sure if my buyer specifically wanted this one. And so I kind of soft shopped it to the buyers list that I had. I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do, but hey, I did it. And my main buyers list was like, no, we good on that. But I was like, I can sell this property. So I told her, I said, I can close this house. This is a house I delivered on it, but I was stepped out there. I was like, I can close on this house in 14 days. I was so nervous. And my friend was on the phone listening. I told him to mute his phone. I was like, look, I didn't know what I would say. I was like, I can close on this house in 14 days. I was like, I'm not like other guys. I ain't had 13 grand to go buy this woman a house. She's like, if you could close on it in 14 days, then send me the contract right now and it's yours. I was like, oh, she just took my contract. I was like, dude. So my partner on the other end texted me, like, dude, you just got a contract. I'm like, dude, yeah. So I sent her the contract. Manually send the DocuSign. She signs it. Boom. Get it back. Completed. She signed it. Okay. How can I get pictures? I ain't even have pictures of the judge. And so I didn't even go get pictures of it. It's like steps that I missed. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be perfect. And man, so I didn't have the list. So here's what I did, y'all. That night was a RIA meeting. I don't go to RIA meetings, by the way. I send people to them now. But it was a RIA meeting in my area. And I did a text blast to a buyer's list. This is what I did. I did a text blast to my buyer's list, the one that I show you how to get off of My House Deals. I did a text blast to everybody on that buyer's list. And then I did a text blast again to my buyer's list that I had that buy properties here. And I started getting a couple responses. Tell me the numbers, etc., all that BS. And so this one guy was like, hey, look, I'm not interested, but go to the RIA meeting in your area tonight, and they let you stand up and present your houses. So I was like, oh my God, like that's it. So I went to the RIA meeting and was waiting on an opportunity. Like, when y'all gonna, forget all this other stuff. When y'all gonna let people present their house? So they was like, anybody in the room have a house for sale? Stood up, yes. Hi, my name is Bryan Harris. And so they was like, come to the front of the room. And so they was like, the rule was present one house. You can't present your whole list. And so what'd your boy do? What did he say? Jab, 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 uppercut. So I got into the room. I was like, all right, guys. Hi, my name is Bryan Harris, and the house that I have available, first go to 10khomes.com. I wanted to capture all the people in the room. Write this down. Go to www.10khomes.com. That way you can see the list of everything that we have. So I couldn't present all my houses, but I did get all them people to go to my site. And then I was like, I got this house, such and such, Springfield, etc. Here's my number. Nobody bit right then. They asked questions a little bit, but nobody bit right then. And I got a message later on that night after I left. Hey, look, I think I put it out there like 25,000. Guy was like, will you take 19,000? No, he was like, will you take 16,000? And I was like, no. I was like, it was a $3,000 profit, but I was trying to pay hardball because I wanted like 10 grand profit on my first deal. But then again, I was like, if I make $3 grand on this sucker and I ain't spend no money, boy, I know I can do this 100 times, 1,000 times. And so I did 3,000. I said 16.5. You pay the closing costs. Like I ain't know what a closing cost. I ain't know what I'm talking about. You pay the closing cost. And so they was like, deal. I said, how fast can you close? They took about 21 days. No. We can't do 21 days. We got to do 10 days. Because my contract was 14 days. So I wanted to make sure that it was done before my contract was expired. Okay? So I was like, no, we got to close for 10 days, man. He was like, well, I don't know. I'm getting hard money. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to close in the time frame. I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to do it. He was like, all right, fine. I'll use my own money and we'll close in 10 days. So I was like, oh my God. Make a long story short, guys. He closed. I got my first check. $3 grand. I came home. Maria, oh my God. Look at your boy B. We did this. Maria got $3 grand. Maria looking at me like, what we going to do with $3 grand? Bust all my bubble. What we supposed to do with $3 grand? Wait, what's $3,000 gonna do here? She was excited, but you can see kind of like, okay, you crack about $3 grand, and it need to be like 30 grand. So, but what that did for me, she knows how I am. I get excited about one penny. If I pick up a penny on the ground, I'm like, oh, we got a penny, we rich. Like that's how I am. So that $3 grand, I was so crunk. But what it did for me is it raised my belief level in what it is that I did. And I'm like, man, if I got that, and I had only sent out like 10 Zillow offers, and I got a contract. I was like, if I do this all day and spend time at this, I was like, I can get a ton of contracts. And now the only thing standing between me and the money, here's what happens when you get contracts. The only thing standing between you and the money is this: your energy budget. Do you have the energy to market to everybody that you possibly can to sell them houses for a higher premium than what you got them on a contract for? So if I got 10 contracts to me, if I want to make $10,000 a house, is $100,000. The only thing standing between me and 10 contracts is my energy, my effort to be the best marketer in the world. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. You got to be the best marketer in the world. So as you become the best marketer, anything that you have lined up in your pipeline is gone because you know how to market it all. Learn how to market and you'll become a beast. So from there, here's the thing I want to stress this. This is a great question, Brian, because it's bringing a lot of points that I want to remind you guys of that I don't talk about in the course. Is you get what you expect. So I didn't want to get comfortable. I didn't know to get comfortable. I thought that $3,000 free marketing was a good deal. I thought that was a good deal. I thought that was great income. $3,000 for every property. And so I started to get comfortable with expecting $3,000. And so having people to help you level up, like Maria, she was like, Brian, you can make $10,000, $20,000 from there. Why are you expecting so little? Why are you expecting so small? So what I'm saying is, as you raise your belief level, as you get it, raise your belief level and you get what you expect. So, of course, we changed from $3,000 a deal to $10,000 deals and started making $100,000 a deal, etc. Because if I wouldn't have done that, I would have been moving properties that I could have made 80 or 100 grand off of for $3,000 a deal. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so good stuff. How long did it take to get your first deal? I got that my first day. Like my first day when I did the Zillow technique that I'm telling you about. That was my first time saying I'm finna send out some offers on my text and see what happens. And I'm telling you this, you do it, man. If you do that, like let's just say if you send out 100 offers today on for sale by owners, I'm not gonna guarantee you anything, but man, you're gonna get a contract. You're gonna get a contract, dude. Like I'm pretty much assured that. Gotta run. Thanks for the video, bro. No problem, man. So, guys, any more questions, man? I hope I didn't keep you guys too long. I like to, do these as often as I can. And for you guys, starting out, I do my best to commit to it every week starting out. And of course, we'll definitely do it on a monthly basis. But any other questions, guys? But yeah, stay ready, man. Your first deal is pretty much, go to that as a source first. Love all you guys. Keep up the good work. Just do it, guys. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just go be big. Go win big, man. It's there for the taking, guys. Whatever you want. If you can't see it, lean on me to help me see it for you. Go and watch those videos, feel my energy, get inspired, and then take action as soon as you get inspired. Don't let that wash off. Don't let that go away. Stay inspired. Come back to the videos, get some more inspiration. Come in here and make sure you attend these live videos. I try to do them on Wednesdays. And yeah, guys, affirmations. Make sure you do those. And why I be sweating like this when I be getting excited? That's how you know I get excited. But all right, guys. So it's your boy B, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll do this and have this in a module as like a Q&A session, and I'll add this so if you guys want to revisit it. So talk to you guys later, or you can watch it back in here. All right, guys. Bye.